Good afternoon, YouTubers. T-Square with Tsquaretalk. So today I'm going to show you how to make bacon-wrapped stuffed jalapenos. These things are so good. I'm not even a spicy person. I'm not big into spicy foods. But the way I do this, there's not really much of a kick to it. It does have a little bit of a spice, but it's not like people think. These type of peppers are not super hot. By the time you cut them and you take the veins and the seeds out, it's really simple to make, easy dish, easy to do, and fast. So when you go to the grocery store, you might have seen these in the grocery store before. They sell for something like $5.99 a pound, and I always think that's crazy because it don't cost anywhere near that to make it. It might cost $2 a pound at best, but they're pretty good. So I'm going to show you guys how to make them, and let's take a look. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need about a dozen of these jalapeno peppers. You're going to need some cream cheese, and you're going to need about a pound of bacon. Now, I also have some green onions. I really like them, so I end up slicing them up, put a little bit in there. I just like the flavor of them. It's kind of an optional item. You can add other stuff. I've seen some people, instead of using jalapenos, they'll do shrimp. You can just about do almost anything. Wrap it in bacon and stuff it. So I'm going to show you guys the process. Let's take a look. Okay, so once you got your peppers, and you get your peppers at the grocery store, the first thing that I look for a bigger pepper. I don't want peppers that have wrinkles all in them that are starting to dry out. Look for a good sized pepper so you can put a lot of stuff in it. Now, the habit on this is a lot of people want to cut them in half and try to get 2 out of it. I don't like to do that. What I like to do, because I like them stuffed, what I do is I'll cut just a little bit of the opening off the top, as you can see. Not taking off too much. See right there? I'll go a little deeper, I guess, on the end. It's kind of hard because I'm trying to do it in the line of camera. As you can see, you got all your seeds. Now, your seeds and your vein, that's what's going to give you the most heat. So you want to take as much of that out. And if you leave a little vein and you don't mind the spice, then it's not horrible. I don't recommend throwing these away right here. These are pretty good if you do other dishes. You can still, that's still hot pepper. You can dice that up. It'll bring a little flavor and spice to a stir fry or other meals that you may want to make. So what I like to do, I like to save all these. I'm going to clean this out and then I'll show you what's next. Okay, so now you should have them all cleaned out. And it's really simple. I mean, some people think it's hard. This is an easy dish to make. One thing I will say, this was a mistake I made early on. I've seen some people, they like to use little rubber gloves with them. If you use your bare hands, be extremely careful to wash your hands really well after. If you rub some of these juices in your eyes, you are going to know it. You're going to feel it, and it is going to hurt for a while. So with that being said, now you can see they're all cleaned out. Now I'm going to show you the next step that I like to do. Now I'm going to stuff these first with regular cream cheese. One thing I do, I will leave my block of cream cheese out for probably like 30 minutes. 20-30 minutes. It just makes it easier to work with when you're stuffing these things. Otherwise, it's hard as a rock. You're trying to squeeze it in there. It's going to make it a little more difficult. So I'm going to move on to the next step. And now once you get them all stuffed with cream cheese, the next thing you're going to want to do, you're going to want to add some salt and pepper in there. That's just going to give it a little flavor. Today I'm using pink Himalayan sea salt. This is a better salt to be using in my case because I'm trying to lose weight. And it's a little healthier choice. I'm also going to be using some smoked pepper. That will give it a little bit more of a smoky taste to it. Even though I'm going to do these on a grill, it will kind of add a little bit more of a kind of a zing to it. Something different. And then the next thing I'm going to do, not everybody does this. Usually they'll end up moving on with the bacon stage. But I like the green onions. So I'm going to end up putting green onions on each one. And I will show you guys that process too. It's simple. You're just going to cut them up, drop some in there, kind of cram them in on top, and then you'll be ready for the next stage. Okay, as you can see, I've now put on the chives. These things are starting to look delicious. Also, one thing, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, you can either do these on the grill or you can put them on a cookie sheet and some aluminum foil or some parchment paper and do them in the oven. A lot of times I'll do them in the oven, but today I'm just happen to be barbecuing. So the next stage is going to be really simple. You're just going to take a nice piece of bacon and just wrap it around real tight. Now this, you can use any kind of bacon. Some people like the gourmet smoked bacon. Me, I'm just using a Hill Country Fair bacon. It's a basic bacon. It's fairly cheap. You can pretty much find it I get mine at HEB, but I know Hannaford carries them, Shaw's. Everybody has their own name brand. So I'll show you guys what they look like once they're wrapped in bacon. As you can see, this is what they look like when they are finished. I mean, those are just delicious. You put them on the grill, anybody that comes over is going to enjoy them. They're going to think you either bought them or you just really know how to cook. So it's pretty easy. Now there is one other thing here that's missing. Let me just take a minute and pull them out. There we go. Now them are ready to go on the grill. I've also prepared some kebabs. And I'm going to put some chicken and steak on the grill to go with these. If you really like the hot pepper flavor by itself, you could actually put some hot peppers in here. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the hot peppers. I make them up because obviously people like them and they're a popular dish. It's a great appetizer. You can also take some of these mushrooms and stuff them with some spinach, some cheese, and some chives, and them go popular too. I actually have a batch of them sitting in the oven, and I'll put them on the grill first just so when people come over I can just pull them off real quick. It's like a little appetizer, easy to do. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm trying to do a few more cooking videos thanks to SOUNDBITES. He's really given me some good cooking tips. We've been talking back and forth a lot. I'm fixing to do a really cool shout out for him. The recipe that he had given me, I really want to try out. So I thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys again on Tsquaretalk. And until next time, take care and eat healthy and live healthy. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.